We are experiencing and reporting on the World Cup hype across the globe.
That's right. And there are factors at play affecting the players, millions of fans, of course, thousands of workers, and causing concern among doctors. It is the extreme heat.
Joining us to talk about this is 9 News medical expert Dr. Payal Kohli. Welcome. You know, first you hear this, you're like, oh, come on, Europeans. Like, it's just, but then as a Houstonian, like the places that are being played, Houston, Dallas, I get it, because the heat is real. And the NPR, basically, there's this poll that said the heat is on, and it might be one of the hottest fields we've seen in some places.
Yeah.
Like, it is an issue.
It is for real, ladies.
Okay.
I mean, NPR just ran an analysis that 1 out of 3 games are likely going to be subject to dangerous heat and humidity, as you said, Alex, being from Houston. And in fact, we've already seen this. The games in Houston led to fans going to the hospital. The game in Miami led to fans going to the hospital as well. And we know that when it isn't just hot, like in Denver, we're lucky we have dry heat. But when it's humid too, our body's ability to cool itself, which is through sweat, gets impaired. So what ends up happening is our heart beats harder and faster, and that's where we get dehydrated. We can be at higher risk for heat-related illnesses.
What about the players? Will this affect their performance at all?
And that's the thing. Before you even start having heat-related illness, just a mild dehydration can affect player performance. It can affect reaction time. It can affect decision-making. And in fact, it can even affect their endurance. Now, it's not just the players. It's also, as you said, the fans and everybody who's working over there where this can happen. And so we really need to do better about educating people about staying hydrated, I think, so that we don't see that drop in performance.
And FIFA has, they're paying attention, right? So they've introduced these mandatory hydration breaks during games. What do you think those will help?
Yeah, so have you heard about the controversy around this?
No.
Yes, and so they're calling it Watergate because they're saying FIFA is introducing these hydration breaks as a way to boost advertisement revenue because they're running advertisements. And they're these mandatory 3-minute breaks. So it used to be that the wet bulb temperature, which means humidity and heat, had to be above 90 degrees in order for them to say timeout, players need a hydration break. Now it's mandatory even in indoor air-conditioned games.
Okay.
But as a physician, I have to say I'm not about Watergate. Those players need to stop. They need to hydrate because by the time you get thirsty or by the time your heart rate starts to go up, you've actually already gotten behind. So I'm a huge fan of these water breaks, but it's not just all about water. And that's what we have to make sure we don't just lull ourselves into a false sense of security about.
So what about the players and then also the fans, the spectators? What are some things that they can do to prevent this from happening?
Yeah, so I have tons of friends going to games, and so I've gone over the top 3 with them. I'm like, okay, you guys need to do the top 3.
Here comes Dr. Kohli.
You ready? and same for you guys for 4th of July
you're
parties
gonna say no
and watch
alcohol.
parties. That's number 1.
I think I know her by now. Okay,
I was going to say drink, but not alcohol. And like I said before, don't wait for thirst to drink because the minute you get thirsty, you've already fallen behind. Number 2, I think you'll like this one, Alex.
Okay.
Look for shade. And if you don't have shade where you're sitting, then you take a cute little parasol with you with UPF protection because then you make your own shade. So you're not necessarily going to be able to get tickets that are exactly in the shade or whatever. So make sure you take something with you as a cover.
I'm sure the spectator behind
I know, that's what I was thinking. I was like, it sounds very chic,
like
but also, I don't know.
Sorry.
Just hold it.
Kohli said so.
Hold it just real close. I did this at a Rockies game once, and it completely worked. I held it like all the way close to my head, so I was in the shade, but I wasn't blocking anyone.
There you go, Dr.
So that's
Kohli.
number 2. So number 3, heat-related illness. You need to know the signs for yourself, your kids, and your loved ones. So I want you guys to name a few for me.
Would it be lethargy?
Yeah, so you start just by sweating a lot.
Oh, okay.
So if you notice that somebody's excessively sweating, if your child is complaining of nausea or tummy ache, if they're feeling fatigued or lethargic, or if they just look kind of uneasy, those are early signs of heat-related illness. And then much later, you stop sweating, in fact, and you start being sort of confused or unarousable. That's when it's progressed too far. So really keep a lookout on those kiddos, especially because they don't know how to regulate their body temperature quite as well. So if they're watch parties or what have you, they can get themselves in trouble.
All right, good information.